For as long as I can remember, I've spent some time on Sunday evenings reviewing my calendar, my task list, and things I have to do. Doing it every week helps to make me more productive come Monday morning. David Allen, in his GTD methodology, calls it a weekly review. I call it critical to keeping me on task. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Today, I want to share some tips for doing a weekly review. I write regularly about productivity, leadership, and management issues in my weekly newsletter, and I'd love to send it to you. Sign up at my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, and click on Contact. The weekly review is key to GTD. Let's review each step, and then I'll share some of the things that I think about at each stage. David Allen says the purpose of the weekly review is to get clear. The methodology says the first thing to do is to collect all your loose papers and material. So I look around my desk. I open up my briefcase and empty it because sometimes it just collects a lot of stuff. I look at folders for projects that I'm working on. I scan my email and texts, and I start by putting everything into my inbox in tray. I then take a notepad and write down anything that's stored on my brain. It doesn't take too long. I know you're saying that's because I'm not all that smart, but the real reason is because throughout the week, anytime I have an idea, I write it down on a slip of paper and put it in my inbox. Or if I don't have paper, I send myself an email thanks to Siri's help. I then go through all my email accounts. I haven't gotten them to zero, but here's my chance to do that. Go through all the emails, process, get to email box zero. By the time I'm done, my email boxes are clear and my emails are processed. Now, once everything is cleared, I process my inbox tray. Projects and random next actions are put on my task list. Things that I want to keep, I put into storage or my reference files. I next review my next action list. You can call it your to-do list if you want. It's what's important to me, what needs to be done in the week ahead. Those get highlighted on my list. What needs to be done soon, but not necessarily this week, but still needs to get done. Also, what needs to be done eventually. Everything goes on an appropriate list. I also mark off items that I may have completed and not crossed off. And I delete things I no longer need to do for any reason. Once I'm done with my action list, I take a look at my project list. GTD defines a project as anything that requires more than one action. To me, it's the big things like do my taxes, plan my next vacation, things like that. I look through each folder for things I need to do now to keep those projects moving forward, or things that other people need to do for me in order to keep me working on a project. I pay particular attention to my active projects. I also have a list of inactive projects. I don't usually go through my inactive projects other than to make sure that I don't need to move them to an active status. As an example, I have to prepare my annual income taxes before April 15th. That's an inactive project for most of the year, other than collecting receipts and other items throughout most of the year. But come January or February, that project moves to my active project list, and it gets reviewed weekly as part of my review so that I'm tracking everything I need before I can actually fill out the tax forms. My next step is a review of my calendar. I look at the last week. Was there anything on the calendar that just jogs my memory, something that I promised to do or something that I wanted to follow up on? Then I look at my calendar for the week ahead. What meetings do I have that I still need to prepare for? Is there something that better be on my task list? Anything that I have to read? Anything that I need to find or do? This is key because if my calendar review shows a busy week, I have to expect that I won't have as much time to tackle other projects on my list. Next, I review my waiting for list, things I'm waiting for before I can move forward. Also, my someday maybe list, kind of call it a wish list of things I'd like to do or eventually. Once I've gone through everything and all of my lists and files have been updated, I then highlight some items on the next action list that I not only need to do in the week ahead, but that I want to do. As I told you in another video, I have a daily 3x5 card that I prepare every day. 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 items that I'm going to work on every day. And I carry it around with me all throughout the day. On Sunday night, I prepare Monday's card. On Monday night, I will prepare Tuesday's card. You get it? Now, after all of that, I'm ready for the week. There are Sundays when my weekly review can take an hour or more. Most days I can do it in 30 or 40 minutes. It just kind of depends. I can tell you that when I'm done, I can walk away feeling relaxed and ready for the week ahead. Do you do a weekly review? Do you do it differently? Hey, post a comment below. I'd like to learn from you. I'm Dave Edwards.